It's over there. Yep. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari 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 Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yasodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Sodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yasodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yasodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yasodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yasodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yasodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yasodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jayom Vishnupad Paramahansa Parikacharya Satyara Sada Shishimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Anantakoti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Premsiko Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Dvaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinda Ki Jai Jai Radha Krishna Gopa Gopanath Shai Mukunda Radha Kunda Giri Gaurani Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Mayapur Navadip Dham Ki Jai Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're continuing with our daily classes on Srimad Bhagavatam. Today it is Canto 10, Chapter 64, verse number 29. Namaste Sarva Bhavaya Brahmane Nanta Shaktaye Krishnaya Vasudevaya Yoganam Pataye Namaha. Namaste Sarva Bhavaya Brahmane Nanta Shaktaye Krishnaya Vasudevaya Yoganam Pataye Namaha. Namaste Sarva Bhavaya Brahmane Nanta Shaktaye Krishnaya Vasudevaya Yoganam Pataye Namaha. Namaste Sarva Bhavaya Brahmane Nanta Shaktaye Krishnaya Vasudevaya Yoganam Pataye Namaha. Namaste Sarvaya Brahmane Nanta Shaktaye Krishnaya Vasudevaya Namaha. Namaste Sarva Bhavaya Brahmane Nanta Shaktaye Krishnaya Vasudevaya Yoganam Pataye Namaha. Namaste Sarva Bhavaya Brahmane Nanta Shaktaye Krishnaya Vasudevaya Yoganam Pataye Namaha. Namaste Sarva Bhavaya Brahmane Tanta Shaktaye Krishnaya Vasudevaya Yoganam Pataye Namaha Namaste Sarvavaya Brahmane Nanda Shaktaye Krishnaya Vasudevaya Yoganam Pataye Namaha. Word for word meanings. Namaha. Obeisances. Te. To you. Sarva Bhavaya. The source of all beings. Brahmane. The supreme absolute truth. Ananta, unlimited. Shaktaye, the possessor of potencies. Krishnaya, to Krishna. Vasudevaya, the son of Vasudev. Yoganam, of all processes of yoga. Pataye, to the Lord. Namaha, obeisances. This verse begins with obeisances and ends with obeisances. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada's disciples. I offer my repeated obeisances unto you, Krishna, the son of Vasudeva. You are the source of all beings, the supreme absolute truth, and the possessor of unlimited potencies, the master of all spiritual disciplines. Please repeat. I offer my repeated obeisances unto you, Krishna, the son of Vasudeva. You are the source of all beings, the supreme absolute truth, the possessor of unlimited potencies, and the master of all spiritual disciplines. Purport. Sridhar Swami comments that King Nirga here offers his obeisances to Brahman, that is, the absolute truth, who is unchanged in spite of performing activities. Since ancient times, Western philosophers have puzzled over the question of how God can be unchanging and yet perform activities. Sridhar Swami states that this doubt is answered here by the term Ananta Shaktaye, which describes the Lord as the possessor of unlimited potency. Thus, through the Lord's infinite potencies, he can perform innumerable activities without changing his essential nature. The king further offers his obeisances to Sri Krishna, the possessor of the form of eternal bliss and the supreme goal of life. The holy name of Krishna is analyzed in a verse from the Mahabharata, Udyoga Parva 71.4, which Srila Prabhupada quotes in his Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 930 purport. Krishnirbu vachaka shabdo nascha nirvriti vachaka tayor aikyam param brahma Krishna ityabhidiyate. The word Krish is the attractive feature of the Lord's existence, and na means spiritual pleasure. When the verb Krish is added to na, it becomes Krishna, which indicates the absolute truth. King Nirga offers the above prayers as he is about to leave the personal association of the Supreme Lord. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Bastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitanamani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharani Nirvasesa Shunyavadi Paschadeshtani Panchakapa Trubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Nirga is completely in awe of Krishna. I mean, these prayers that he's been offering, I mean, he is awestruck. Because Krishna is wonderful. He is all attractive. He is, as he says in his prayers, he's everything. And he's glorifying the Lord, not asking for anything, not complaining about anything, but rather simply stating and glorifying the Lord's wonderful qualities. Sarva Bhavaya, the source of all beings. Brahmane, the supreme absolute truth. Ananta, unlimited, so that's the unlimited supreme absolute truth. Shaktaye, possessor of potencies. Ananta, actually it goes this way, Ananta, unlimited, Shaktaye, possessor of potencies. Krishnaya Vasudevaya. That's Krishna, the son of Vasudeva. And that's Krishna out of Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, he's Shama Sundar. And he's dancing with the gopis. He's playing with the cowherd boys. He's a rascal, making his mother run after him because he's stolen butter. That's Krishna in Vrindavan. And here, this is Vasudevaya. He's the son of Vasudeva because, actually Shishupal brought it up. He said, we didn't even know who he is. Who are his parents? Nanda Maharaj, and then he said, that's a Vaishya. But then he's also a Kshatriya, because Krishna cannot be categorized by anybody. So here we are, to Krishna, Krishnaya Vasudevaya, the son of Vasudeva, Yoganam. Of all processes of yoga, he controls all. He's the Lord, Pataye, of all processes of yoga, and he offers obeisances. So it's interesting and it's important and actually brought up in the purport that the last description of Krishna is Krishnaya Vasudevaya. That, yes, he is Ananta Shaktaye, the possessor of unlimited potency, but more importantly, he is Krishnaya Vasudevaya. He is Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead. In other words, he possesses all these potencies. He's wonderful. But the most wonderful potency is that he's a person, and he's beautiful, and he's ever loving to the supreme, to the limited conditioned souls, and to the unlimited ever liberated souls in the spiritual world. And when I read this, I was thinking of other places where there are prayers offered like this, and what came to mind was a verse from the Bhagavad Gita. And we can't put it on the board, but almost everybody's got a phone or some kind of device. So I'll tell you that the verse is Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verse number 15, spoken by Arjuna to Krishna. It is, there are 3 verses he speaks, actually 4. The first one is, Arjuna said, you are the supreme personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyas confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me. He's just spoken. Krishna has just spoken the 4 main verses of the Bhagavad Gita. 8 through 12, 10, 8 through 11, excuse me. And then he goes on to say, O Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality. And then he says, Swayam evatmanatmanam veta tvam purushottama bhuta bhavana bhuteshu deva deva jagatpate. Indeed, you alone know yourself by your own internal potency, O Supreme Person, origin of all, Lord of all beings, God of gods, Lord of the universe. Purushottama, the greatest of all persons. Now, Prabhupada has a wonderful purport here, but I'm going to read the part where he starts talking about these different names of Krishna, because it's wonderful how Krishna is described by Arjuna. And Prabhupada brings up here in the purport before, he says that Mayavadis and impersonalists, they can't understand that God has a personality. And therefore, they go through processes of Gyan and mystic yoga. And and Prabhupada's being very kind here. He's not speaking of Mayavadis. He's speaking about persons who cannot understand God's personality, but they're not Mayavadis. Sometimes the impersonalists accept Krishna as Bhagavan, or they accept his authority. Yet many liberated persons cannot understand Krishna as Purushottama, the Supreme Person. Therefore, Arjuna addresses him as Purushottama. Yet one still may not understand that Krishna is the father of all living entities. Therefore, Arjuna addresses him as Bhuta Bhavana. And if one comes to know him as the father of all living entities, still one may not know him as a supreme controller. Therefore, he is addressed here as Bhutesha, the supreme controller of everyone. And even if one knows Krishna as the supreme controller of all living entities, still one may not know that he is the origin of all the demigods. Therefore, he is addressed herein as Deva Deva, the worshipful God of all demigods. And even if one knows him as the worshipful God of all demigods, one may not know that he is the supreme proprietor of everything. Therefore, he is addressed as Jagatpati. So, Krishna is everything, and Krishna is Krishna. And that's why Srila Prabhupada and the previous acharyas have so kindly delivered Krishna to the world. When Prabhupada was starting his movement in New York, and if you listen to earlier classes of Prabhupada in New York, you'll see that he has a very broad sort of presentation. And he also brings up this broad presentation at times later on in his teachings. But in the beginning, he's drawing in Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, all sorts of different religions, and speaking about how they understand this or that of the absolute truth, or they may know that God is a person, or they have some sort of a bhakti of some sort, and you can chant any name you want. Krishna is the name we chant, but you can chant any. He's very broad. And in that environment at that time, when he's starting the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, someone mentioned to him, said, well, why don't you be more ecumenical and call it the International Society for God Consciousness? And Prabhupada said, no, Krishna Consciousness. Because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There's one place in a purport, I can't remember where right now, but it struck me so much I always remember it, where Prabhupada says that Krishna is greater than God. Because God is all-powerful, all-knowing, all-being. He's big, powerful, and you bow down before him. Narayan, or Garbhodakshai Vishnu, or even more grossly in the sense of the universal form of the Lord. which many people, when they read the Bhagavad Gita, they think, well, that's the most important chapter because it shows the powers of God. But if you actually understand it through a perspective of the pure devotee, you understand that this is, as Prabhupada says, a godless show of power and visionary things. And that Arjuna wanted nothing to do with this. Because it was like Krishna's external, hey, here, if you want to know me as some kind of power in this world. And he dismisses those things actually in the end of the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. What need is there for all this detailed knowledge? Still Arjuna asks, can I see something in the 11th chapter? So he shows it. And then Arjuna says, no, I don't want that. I want you. So let's look at the Tikas. We'll read the Tikas of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Jiva Goswami. Sanatana Goswami also has a Tika, but it's 96% the same as Jiva Goswami's Tika. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. I have, this is Krishna speaking. It's like sometimes the acharyas do this. I have a relationship, This is Nirga speaking. Yeah, okay. Jiva Goswami is a little different. I have a relation as servant to you, but you are the object of all types of love. I offer respects to you, within whom exist all bhavas and loving relationships. In other forms of religion, you take something like Christianity, people can be very sincere, but it's all focused on, I was fallen and you saved me. You've helped me so much. I owe everything to you, so that because I now, am living a good life, an honorable life, and you're leading me in the right direction. That's really good. But if you want to have bhavas, or which is ecstatic emotions related to Krishna, and loving relationships, you have to have some kind of relationship with Krishna within the scope of bhakti. He first mentions, this is Nirga. He first mentions the Lord as the object of Shantabhav, the form of Brahman. He is the object of Dasyabhava as the possessor of unlimited powers, Ananta Shaktaye, the form of grandeur. He is the object of Sakyabhav as Krishna, who gives constant bliss, which is also the name of Arjuna, who had a similar name, form, and qualities as Krishna, being treated equally by him. Smriti says Krish means earth or existence, and Na means bliss. He is the object of Vatsalya Bhav as Vasudev, the son of Vasudev. That means Vasudev and Devaki. He is the object of Madhurya Bhav as the husband of those who have deep devotion, Yoganam Pataye, such as Rukmini. So this is all outside of Vrindavan. We have, Arjuna, you have Vasudev and Devaki, you have Rukmini, but these are the different bhavas that one can have, or relationships with Krishna, which aren't relationships of like, oh, you saved me because, I was fallen and you've helped me, give up addictions, or you've done this for me, and I owe it to you to worship you because you've done this for me. But these are relationships where the servant sees Krishna in grandeur, and the friend sees Krishna as an equal, and the Vatsalya Bhava, they see Krishna as their son, and then the lover like Rukmini and the queens. These are deep relationships. Not as deep as Vrindavan, however, but still, they're very deep. Okay, Jiva Goswami writes, and this is Krishna speaking. In that, he's saying, because Nirga's leaving, and he's kind of sad, so Krishna says, in that case, stay here. And then Nirga says, I offer respects to you. You are the source of everything, but without change, since you have unlimited powers of Maya. You know, in the purport, it's stated that Western philosophy has a lot of trouble understanding how God can be changeless, but yet also change. That's why they have no form. They really don't know what he is, because they think he's changeless, so you can't change if you're eternal. I mean, how can you do that? But here it's stated, you are the source of everything, but without change, since you have unlimited powers of Maya. You are the shelter of all beings, the material source of everything. You have an eternal form of bliss, Krishnaya. You give the results for all actions, yoganam pataye. Or I can go only by being inspired by you. What can I do by my own powers? He's realizing what, and we should realize, what can we do by our own powers? We have no powers. It's all borrowed. We ended up waking up with a body that we had. You know, we grew up, and then all of a sudden you realize you have this body, and you don't really realize it. You're a kid, you're just playing around, and maybe you realize it later, but most people don't even kind of realize what they've been given, so they don't use it right. It's a big bag of senses and a false ego, and just goes rolling around trying to enjoy the world. But that's not what the body's for. Showing how Krishna is the inspirer of all beings, he describes his powers. You cause everyone's actions, since you are spread internally and externally, Brahmane. And then here Krishna says, but the jivas move by their will. That is clearly seen. And then he replies, you are the source of their powers, Ananta Shaktaye, since you preside over their chitta. This is the fine intelligence, the mirror of the heart, as Prabhupada sometimes would call it. Therefore, you cause the actions of karma, jnana, etc. Yoganam pataye. Therefore, I offer respects to you, Krishna. With intense devotion, he says Namaha twice. I constantly offer respects. You are the cause of all beings, from Brahma to plants. You are, by your nature, the greatest Brahmane. In terms of powers, you have unlimited Shaktis, like Maya Shakti and Swarup Shakti. Thus you are Param Brahman in human form, Krishnaya, and have appeared as a son of Vasudeva as a birth pastime, since you are the master of doing what is impossible, Yoganam Pataye. He offers repeated respects, since what is the use of simply standing there without qualification? He desires service. Thus you are Param Brahman in human form. In other words, the supreme in human form. Not quite human form. Not like he has flesh and blood like us. But he's in human form, and he appears to have birth as a pastime. He's not taking birth, he's birthless. But as a pastime, he takes birth. Why? Because he's the master of the impossible. How can the deathless and birthless take birth? He's eternal. That's why we see things sometimes how Krishna obtains the Shaimantaka jewel, or the Kastuba gem, and it's eternally there, but then he gets it in a pastime. How is that possible? He's eternally Govinda, but then he's named Govinda by Indra. Hold it a second. How's that possible? Because he's the master of the impossible. There's a pastime, and that pastime goes on and on forever, without time, without any limitation. Everything we have, quote, pastimes, it's all limited. I have my youth pastimes, and they're gone. I have my middle-age pastimes, they're gone. And then I move into my old age pastimes. And when they're gone, it's all gone, if you think you're the body. So we can look then to another section of the Bhagavad Gita, because it's very, very instructive. It's the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. And in this 11th chapter, Arjuna has many different prayers. I'm just going to read a couple because there are so many, but I'm going to read a few here, how he's describing Krishna as he's seen him as the universal form. And he's just struck with awe. I mean, so he's speaking, "Oh, great one, greater even than Brahma. You are the original creator. Why then should they not offer their respectful obeisances unto you? O limitless one, God of gods," we hear that again, "refuge of the universe, you are the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation. You are the original personality of Godhead, the oldest, the ultimate sanctuary of this manifested cosmic world. You are the knower of everything, and you know all that is knowable. You are the supreme refuge above the material modes. O limitless form, this whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you." So there's lots of prayers like this. But he gets to a point where it's just too much. So he says, "O universal," this is text 46, "O universal form, O thousand-armed Lord, I wish to see you in your four-armed form, with helmeted head, and with club, wheel, conch, and lotus flower in your hands. I long to see you in that form." So it's stated here in the Brahma Samhita, and I'll read the whole thing. "Ramadi murtishu kala niyamena tishtan nanavataram akarad bhuvanesha kintu Krishna swayam samabhavat paramam pumanyo govindam adi purusha tamaham bhajame." 39. "I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who manifested himself personally as Krishna and the different avatars in the world, in the forms of Ram, Nrsimha, Vamana, etc., as his subjective portions." And then in the purport, it states that Krishna, he manifests himself from Braj, but all the other forms manifest themselves from Vaikuntha. So he's distinctly different in Braj. When Krishna kills the demons, it's not Shama Sundar form of Krishna, it's actually the Vasudeva Krishna who comes in and does that. So this verse establishes, the Prabhupada says, without any doubt, this verse establishes without any doubt the statement of the Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead and all other features originate from him. And so Arjuna is saying, I had enough of this. I want to see you as a person. Because only by seeing you as a person can I have a relationship. So then Krishna, a few verses down, this is verse 49 of the 11th chapter, says, "You have been perturbed and bewildered by seeing this horrible feature of mine." Krishna calls the universal form a horrible feature. Actually, he was gnashing heads and fire and all this stuff. "Now let it be finished. My devotee, be free again from all disturbances. With a peaceful mind, you can now see the form you desire." And Prabhupada writes, I'm reading part of the purport, "The purpose of the revelation of the universal form was shown. Now Arjuna wanted to see the four-armed form, and Krishna showed him. A devotee is not much interested in the universal form, for it does not enable one to reciprocate loving feelings. Either a devotee wants to offer his respectful, worshipful feelings, that's like Narayan, or he wants to see the two-handed form of Krishna so that he can reciprocate in loving service with the Supreme Personality of Godhead." Now, where does that leave me? I'm just, conditioned soul. Soul. Don't understand anything. Have no ability to grasp anything. Well, here's where we stand, or I stand anyway. Prabhupada gave us the Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This Maha Mantra is the key. Prabhupada says in one purport, in one class, he says, you have no hope without Lord Chaitanya, because Lord Chaitanya gave us the Maha Mantra. And the Maha Mantra is Radha and Krishna directly, because Krishna and his name are the same. That means literally Krishna's name is Krishna. Now, since we chant with operas, we don't really fully understand that. However, still chanting with operad is better than not chanting. Sometimes, a devotee may say, is it better to chant, 2 rounds without offense than 16 rounds with offense? Well, it's not an either-or situation. It's like, okay, if you can chant 2 rounds without offense, fine, and you can chant the last 14 with offense. That's okay. But keep chanting, and then eventually you'll chant 3 rounds without offense. And then if one actually becomes absorbed in chanting, the goal is actually, you stop chanting. You keep chanting, because the chanting connects us directly with all this we're talking about. And we have no access other than that. I have no access other than that, because I don't understand a thing without my Gurudev and without his giving us Krishna. Yasya prasada bhagavat prasado yasya prasada nakati katopi dayam stuvam tasya yasatri sanjam vande karoshi charanara vindam. 3 times a day, that's Gayatri, I should honor my spiritual master, because he gives me Krishna, and Krishna gives me my spiritual master. The spiritual master is the super soul, representative, outside. We have no real connection with our Paramatma. Seriously, we can pray, and it's true, Paramatma may speak to us, but we're so bewildered I can't really understand, is it my mind or is it Paramatma? But Gurudev will tell us, oh yeah, that's your mind. Or, oh no, you heard from Paramatma. So this is very important, that we learn to chant and chant purely, because that chanting will take us to the point where we can actually see and love Krishna. Because after the offensive stage of chanting comes the clearing stage. And the clearing stage, what's the Sanskrit? Can't remember. Anyway, just forgot. Anyway, the clearing stage, that middle stage, is like Prabhupada says, like the sun rising. The sun's coming up about 6:20 now, but by about 6, it's getting light. And so the shadows are going away. You can see where you are. So that's the clearing stage. Once we can see that, then we can go for higher and higher understandings. We have to get to that clearing stage, fenceless chanting. And we can only get there. One of my godbrothers said that he spoke to Prabhupada. When I talked to him, this was way back in the late 70s. And he said, he asked Prabhupada, he says, I'm just chanting all these offenseless rounds. What am I going to do? Prabhupada said, just keep chanting. Just keep chanting. It's like pouring, you've got a cup of ink. You can't pour it out for whatever reason. So you want to get the ink out. What do? Start pouring milk in, and the milk starts displacing the ink. You start rubbing out those bad samskaras and adding good samskaras, good impressions. And eventually, you've got all the milk gone, all the ink's gone, and you've got a cup of milk. You just have to keep pouring in, pouring in, pouring in. This is the process of Krishna consciousness. That's why we're the most fortunate people, because somehow or other, I wandered into this, and I didn't even know what I was getting into. But Krishna, he saved me through Srila Prabhupada. And he's saving all of us through Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Questions or comments, or deities are going to open up soon. Okay. Shri Shri Radhagalokananda Ki Jai.
Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandar Agom Vidamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasa Sakale Priya Priti Manti Vasyan Vivan Vikayanti Chiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami 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 Govindam Adipurusham
Nama Nama Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste, Saraswati Deve, Gauravani Pracharane, Nirvisesa Shunyavadi, Praschachadeshatarane, Namaste, Saraswati Deve, Gauravani Pracharane, Nirvisesa Shunyavadi, Praschachadeshatarane. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Nittai Gauranga, Nittai Gauranga, Nittai Gauranga, Gora Hari. 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 Jaya Sachinandana Avaduta Chandra, Jaya Sachinandana 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 Gora Hari. Gora Hari, Jaya Gora Hari, Gora Hari, Jaya Gora Hari. Gora Hari, Jaya Gora Hari, Gora Hari, Jaya Gora Hari. Haribo, 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 Nittai Gaur, Haribo, Nittai Gaur, Haribo, 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 Nittai Gaur, Hari, Nittai Gaur, Haribo, 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 Nittai Gaur, Haribo, Nittai Gaur, Haribo, 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 Nittai Gaur, Haribo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Radha Golokananda Radha Golokananda Radha Golokananda Shri Radhe Jaya Radha Lokananda Radha Golokananda Radha Golokananda Shri Radha Jaya Radha Golokananda Radha Golokananda Radha Golokananda Shri Radhe Jaya Radha Golokananda Radha Lokananda Radha Golokananda Shri Radhe Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Shri Shri Radha Golokananda Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Shri Shri Gaurnitai Ki Jai Chaito Darpanam Marjanam Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam Shreya Kairavya Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipanam Pranamrita Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrapitani Amita Smarane Nakala Etadrishita Vakripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Midrishami Hajjani Nanuraga Trinada Pisunichena Tarora Pisuhishuna Amani Namana Dana Kirtaniya Sadahari Nadaram Najanam Nasundarim Kavitam Vajagadisha Kamaye Mama Janmani Janmani Ishvare Bhavatad Bhaktir Ahoitaki Twai Ainanda Tanaju Kakaja Chitranam Padmam Shvashame Bada Kripayatava Bada Pankaja Stita Duli Sadrashim Vachintaya Nayanam Glashu Daraya Vadanam Gad Gadarudaya Gira Pulakarnishitam Vapukada Tavanamagrahane Bhavishyati Yugayatam Namishena Shunayatam Jagat Sarvam Govindam Virahename Ashlishava Padamritam Anastumam Adarshanam Marmahatakurotuva Yatatatava Vidadatu Lampato Mat Prananatastusa Eva Napara. Victory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, congregational chanting of your holy name alone can render all benediction delivered